I just can't wait until tomorrow. This E square just has my interest. Very heavy lock. This is from Andy in the UK. Very heavy, very nicely machined lock. Looks like 6 pins at least. We got some hardening rods there to prevent drilling, protection. Pretty good looking lock. Really neat looking key. This is what caught my attention. So a very challenging bitting to say the least, but those side pins, take a look, they don't line up with each other, which tells me there's probably side pins on both sides of this lock. Should be quite a challenge. So we're looking at 6+ pins. The only question is whether those side pins are active or passive, and the way we figure that out, let me get this baby clamped up, we're going to start picking the key pins, and if we get a false set, then it tells me the key pins were first, and then we pick the side pins. Let's see if we can use top of the keyway. No, this is the smallest serrated one. Doesn't quite fit. I don't want to pick it like that. Tell you what, let's try a conventional. Let me find the skinny one. See if this works. Probably too big even for this. There we go. That's perfect. Alright. And because it is a little paracentric, I'm going to try a 15,000th. Alright, so all the way in. It's going to be a challenge lock, so very light tension. And let's figure out where the good stuff is. That was pin 4. I got to click off of him. That was pin 2. Got to click off of him. Okay, at any time your top pins stop reacting, then we're going to try to pick those. There, we got a fault set going. Then we'll try to pick the upper pins. We got a very deep fault set right now. So let me go through the uppers one more time. And if we get nothing, then I'll start trying to pick the side pins. Might be a little hard. I got a little counter rotation there. Might be a little hard because those side pins look like they're hiding behind the key pins. So I might have to overset something. Get a little feedback on a couple of those pins, and I can't really tell if I'm hitting a side pin or... Okay, that was a upper key pin. I can't tell if I'm hitting a side pin or brushing against one of the key pins. I'm on number 6. He's giving me some counter rotation. I'm on 2, got counter rotation. And there we go. I didn't have to mess with side pins. So these side pins on this key at least are for key control. So only locksmiths are given certain keys, so they can't buy them from other sources. Pretty cool. Alright, there's the E squared. Got her picked. Let's see what she holds inside of her. I'd be willing to bet we're looking at least spools and maybe a serrated, is what it felt like to me. At least we don't have to break anything to get the back off of this one like we did on that Yale. And of course with side pins, who knows what they're going to do when we pull them out of there. Okay, let's get a pinning board. I think this one ought to do it. Let me get everything centered. Let's try to turn it just a bit. I don't want that groove too close to the top. There we go. That ought to work. Very nice. I had a side pin fall off in my finger. I'm going to put my finger there. So we did indeed have side pins. Some fell out from the other side as well. So we have side pins for key control only. I did not have to pick those. So we dropped them. There we go. That's another key or side pin. Alright, these all look like standards. So far anyway. All standard. standards. And let me take a look at this. If I get the thing to focus, I see nothing odd. It almost looks like countermilling down in the bottom there, but I think that indeed is some countermilling deep down inside of there. Slightly varying depths. Only on the left side. On the right side, there's nothing. Isn't that something? Give you a little bit better look at the core. No sidebars on this one, just key control pins. No biggie. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Okay, we got one standard steel. Another standard. We got, looks like a little spool. Come on there, you little devil. It's a little spool, very nice. Another one of those little spools. These are really high quality pins, I gotta say. Another little spool. And another little spool. So that should be it. Nothing left but the springs. I'm going to dump these so I can get a look to see if there's anything unusual inside of there, like threading. And I don't see anything. It looks like rust, but that is it. So it's not stainless. Alright, well there you go. Andy, thank you, sir. I've never picked an E squared before, but there you go. We got it. Guys, stay safe, stay legal.